along with the road crew, went forward in expanding the cul-de-sac by several feet unlawfully, hence the never-ending story entered another chapter of illegal activity. So here we are 13 years after 1995. How about joining me now to be proactive so our future neighbors and children will not be dealing with this outrageous issue 13 years from now in 2021. As I clearly stated at the recent on-site July 16, 2009 meeting, I will vote today based on the wishes of the people I've spoken with and personally interviewed and surveyed on the road. These are the people directly affected by any road improvements made on this short rural dead-end road. I see three basic possible courses of action, any one of which will end the story today. Option A is do nothing. This option would simply require the road maps all be updated to reflect exactly what we see and have today. The county, along with the blessings of two trustees on the board, have acquired the south end side of Cooperrider Road for a potential full offset subdivision style cul-de-sac. If future need shall arise for such a cul-de-sac, the land is already acquired at the end of Cooperrider Road. If by petition, the petitioner may be the one with the cost burden. If by unanimous trustee vote, the cost at that time would need to be paid for by the township taxpayers. On this option, I would still recommend the board consider following through and acquiring the small amount of land on the north side of the almost fully constructed T-turnaround. Currently, as observed clearly by all attending the recent on-site meeting, the mail delivery and weekly trash truck have no problem turning in the existing area. As a matter of fact, the trash truck did this at the same time the mail was delivered, and several cars from the meeting and picnic tables along with several people filled that area.
And you don't have them there, it went up in the private property.
The trash truck routinely turns around in this modified T fashion, and that is why I recommend that we move forward and consider acquiring that south side property.
Mr. Chairman,
the mail delivery does not...
Mr. Penny is not following the order. You guys are supposed to be discussing, not his personal campaign speeches.
I have the floor.
You got the floor, you're supposed to be discussing, not patting yourself on the back.
Mr. President, I have the floor.
Well, how many pages you got yet?
I already told you I had a total of 4 pages.
Okay, is that the last one?
Page number 3.
Okay, go ahead. I want to take a lead.
That's going to be on the recorder.
Beacon, that old beacon will really.
Lack of a president, I'm the vice president, and I am taking charge of this meeting. I have the floor, and I will continue. The mail delivery does not require any backing up, so the U.S. Postal regulations are a non-issue. The north side of the current partial T could be acquired to prevent any future complications. This choice of doing nothing could if came in second on the survey of residents on that road. Choice B is to follow through with and finalize the T-shaped turnaround, as has been the desire starting in 1995 and still is to this day. This is the option the residents of the road have indicated collectively to me as being their first choice. I will move to proceed with this original.
Go ahead.
You want to come back? Or?
Oh, no.
The president's back.
I'm back.
On the T-shaped turnaround, I will move to proceed with this option first. If there is a second to move the motion and discussion, then I will be voting yes. If the T is the option, then I will want to see the following common sense stipulations included in this motion. The current partial cul-de-sac that is already in the area will remain as it is today. Will not be reduced, altered, or expanded. Now that the county engineer has corrected the large estimate discrepancies, it is clear that T-turnaround is the most cost-effective to finalize at this time. If this option is chosen, I also want it stipulated that the T-turnaround be completely finalized before the year end of 2009. It is fiscally responsible, utilizes what is already on the ground with the simplicity of completing the south top of the T. It's a common sense way to conclude and is an indicated desire by the majority of the Cooper Rider Road residents. And then there's option C. And in my perspective, the original full 90-foot offset cul-de-sac specified outlined by the county engineer. As originally illustrated, this has never been a viable common sense option. His updates, or what he's calling hybrid offset cul-de-sac, do have some common sense in it. If we do go with a cul-de-sac, then I would only be willing to vote in the affirmative on what they're defining now as a hybrid cul-de-sac, which is the specifications that would be on advertised for 2 weeks. And as outlined by the county prosecutor, I would also want it stipulated that the county engineer would assist and make sure that this was followed through with whatever we do move forward on.
Okay, are we making a motion?
This is under discussion, so we're going to discuss it since I'm always in the spotlight. Okay, we was out there on the 16th. The trash truck come. Will said he's going to turn around like he always did. He was over in the cul-de-sac, and I stopped him and asked him. I said, "Hey, do you always turn like this?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "I've got to." And I said, "Which would you rather have, a cul-de-sac or a T?" He said, "A cul-de-sac. Why else?" You know, the thing is, the reason I say we put a cul-de-sac in, we've already spent the money on a lot of it. It's for safety reasons. If we got a T turnaround down there, you get a tanker and a fire truck down there,
In the window.
it's going to be filled up. If there's a fire on the road, they're going to have to go down the end of the road to get water. It doesn't matter to me if we put a T or a cul-de-sac. But now, poor Penny didn't put in there. He's saying to leave it like it is if we put a T in. But Lolo said, I didn't figure if you put a T, you're going to have to take this gravel back out and put dirt in. He said that's not part of the thing. So besides that, we've got to get property from the other guy, which Will says he's already talked to him that he'll donate it. And according to what the prosecutor told us before, when they got this property to the south, if we don't use it, we've got to give it back to the property owner, which they can do. But it's already been deeded to us. It's already platted. To me, it just makes sense. One of these days, we're going to have to put a cul-de-sac down there. We've got 90% of it in. Dan said he'll donate all the fill we need because he's got a mountain of it. So what it's going to cost the township is a little bit of work. And like the prosecutor already said, that Lolo's going to send a guy down to make sure that it's put in right. Now when we was at that meeting, since Jeff likes to run me down, he also said he plowed snow down there several times. He never plowed snow down there. Matter of fact, he hadn't plowed snow hardly at all. We talked to him last year and asked him to come in and do the streets in Brownsville. He said, I don't do streets. He was a no-show. So, but it doesn't matter to me. We can have a T or we can have a cul-de-sac. But it just doesn't make sense to me, since we've got that far along, to put a T in.
As the prosecutor recommended, I move that we vote on BT's turnaround first. If his recommendation was to do that first, then we vote.
And then also, this on the T turnaround, Will had it